Hello. We are going to lead you through about a 10 or 12 minute Pilates routine that really focuses on the hip stabilizing muscles. So let's start out on the back, arms overhead. We'll just start out with rolling up. Inhale as you reach your arms to the ceiling. Exhale as you slowly roll up. We're just kind of using this as a warm-up exercise. And back down. You know, a lot of people think of the core as simply here at your abs. But as I've said many times in the class, you know, your core really involves your hip girdle, your spine, and your shoulder girdle. So imagine it like a capital I, with your hip girdle being the bottom of the eye, all the muscles that run along your trunk and your spine through the middle of the eye, and then your shoulder girdle, the front of the eye. A couple more here. Exhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down, just kind of using this as a warm-up. Good, one more. Good. Coming back seated, close the legs up. We're going to roll back down, take one knee with you. Going into single leg stretch. Your head can be up or down. You want to imagine hollowing out your abs, like the inside of an empty bowl. Good. Freeze it right here. Stretch this leg up, reaching toward the ankle, and let's turn this into single straight leg stretch. You're trying to reach for your ankle every time. Good, a couple more. All right, good. Come over there on the right leg. Left leg comes to the floor, head down. You can bend your knees and plant this foot if you need to. Hands behind that right leg. Trying to get your right leg as 90 degrees to your body as you can, even if you have to bend that knee a little bit. And then point and flex your foot. Now relax your foot, circle your ankle. Circle in the other direction. All right, good. Point the toe. Bring the arms out like a T. Now, you're going to pin your hips to the floor. Inhale as you cross that right leg over the left. Exhale as it circles around here on the other side. So the mental picture here is as if you have your hips encased in a block of cement, and that cement is bolted to the floor. So all those little stabilizing muscles there around the hip girdle are having to do their job to hold that hip girdle still as you're circling the leg around in the joint. Nice and slow. Inhale and exhale on each circle. Good, one more. All right, good. Hold the leg right there. Refocus, get those hips pinned to the floor. Exhale as you drop your leg on the outside. Inhale as it crosses over. So now your hips are going to want to follow that leg. So when that right leg goes to the outside, that left hip's going to want to roll off. And then as it crosses over, the right hip's going to want to roll off. And it's like you have two stakes running from the ceiling through your hip bones and into the floor. Doesn't matter how big the circle is. What matters is that you're keeping your hips still. Good, one more time. Good, hold that leg right there. Again, reach the arms up, getting as close to your ankles as you can. Your head can be up or you can have it down. Single straight leg stretch again. Good, 4 more. Yeah. Last one, come back over on that left leg. Right leg is to the floor. You can bend your knee and plant your foot. Hands behind that left leg. Trying to get that 90-degree angle there at the hip. Point and flex your foot. Good, relax your foot, circle your ankle. Circle in the other direction. All right, good, point the toe. Come out. We'll start leg circles on this side. Inhale, you cross that left over right. So remember what your core is. You're making that capital I with your hip girdle, the spine, and your shoulder girdle. And imagine you have that capital I bolted down to the floor. So your arms and your legs are light. You don't want to brace yourself with your hands. And if you feel yourself doing that, flip your hands over so your palms face the ceiling. You want to be bracing your torso and your hips here at the middle. Taking a whole breath on each circle. One more in this direction. Doesn't matter how big the circle is. What matters is keeping your hips pinned to the floor. All right, hold it. Let's circle in the other direction. Nothing moving on your body except that leg. 2 more. One more. Good. Hold the leg right there. Reach the arms long. Head can be up or down. Let's scissor the legs. Now reach the arms to the ceiling. Keep scissoring. Now reach the arms overhead. Keep scissoring. All right, good. Freeze the legs where they are. Take your hands, bring them behind your head. Bend that top knee. Let's go into crisscross. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, last ones. Good. Head down, knees in. All right, now I want you to plant your feet and slide your legs out and roll over to your left side. And you want to lie toward the back of your mat, and the front of your legs are to the front corner of the mat, and your hips are stacked. So you want one hip girdle right on top of the other one, And I want you to lift and lower this leg. It doesn't matter how high up you're lifting it. What you're doing here is just testing that your hips aren't moving. Good. Now keep the leg hip height. And inhale, you want to bring the leg around to the front. Flex your foot. Exhale as you bring your leg around to the back. So here's the key. It's as if, again, you've got that stake running from the ceiling through that top hip, through your hip girdle, and through the bottom hip. And your hips remain stacked. Now, in this case, your hips are going to want to go in the opposite direction of your leg. So when you're bringing your leg around to the front, you're going to have a tendency to roll back on that left cheek. And then when it goes to the back, you're going to have a tendency to go to the back. So you get into this kind of swinging motion here. And what you want to do is not do that. So again, it really doesn't matter about the range of motion on this leg at this point. It's really about being able to keep the hips still, make all those hip stabilizing muscles. They're isometrically contracting, keeping the hip girdle still. One more time, and then we're going to leave the leg back behind us. Inhale as you bring it around to the front. And you can have your hands here in front of you, bracing yourself if you need to. Or you can have it here, a little harder, or behind your head. Now leave your head back behind you. Point the toe, and we're going to do hot potato. It's touching your leg down 3 times real quick. Then lift up, and then front 3 times real quick. So we're going to be moving a little bit faster, so it's a little bigger challenge on the hip stabilizing muscles. So get the beeline tight, get your glutes engaged, and let's go. You're going to touch down. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, and front. 2, 3, lift. Back, 2, 3, lift. Front, 2, 3, lift. Good. Back, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3. Lift. And come down. Good. Come and sit up. We're going to stretch through that right hip. So you want to stretch your left leg out. Bring your right foot up and over. Right hand back behind you. Elbow on the outside of that knee. You're going to rotate hard, look over that right shoulder. Good. Release. Uncross your legs. Let's stretch out on the right side. We're going to do all that. On this side, again, you're lying toward the back of your mat. Your legs are toward the front corner. Your hips are stacked. Just lift and lower here. Just testing, making sure you got the beeline tight, your glutes tight. The hips are not moving. All right, hold the leg hip height. Inhale, bring it around to the front. Flex your foot, exhale to the back. Be careful, remember, when you come to the front, you're going to have a tendency to roll back. And when you go to the back, you'll have a tendency to roll to the front. The mental picture here, we say, is as if you have a stack of teacups at your hip and at your shoulder, and they're not rattling. Again, it doesn't matter the range of motion you have on the leg. The stronger your hip stabilizing muscles get, the more range of motion you can get on your leg. It also kind of depends on the flexibility in your hamstring. But that's really not the point of the exercise. The point is keeping the hips still. All right, bring the leg behind. Hold it, point the toe. We're going to go into hot potato. So touch down 3 times quick. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Front, 2, 3. Lift. Only the leg moving. Slow it down if you need to. Going quick just challenges the muscles a little bit more. One more time, back and front. Up, 2, 3, up, and then bring the leg down. Good. Come and sit up. Bring that right leg in front, the left leg up and over. Or if you're on a different side, the working leg is the one that you're bringing over. Stack the vertebra so you're sitting up nice and straight. Left hand back behind you. Right hand on the outside of the knee. And you're going to rotate. Hard look over that left shoulder. All right, good. And release. Come here. Sit cross-legged. Good. Walking the hands out in front. And we're just sort of opening up this hip girdle area. Walk back in. Now cross the other leg in front. My cats are just going crazy. Walk this one out. Abs are tight, back is flat. Good. And back in. All right, that's it. That's your routine, strengthening those hip stabilizing muscles. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.